Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show. You're watching Seeing the Unseen with Christopher LaPrath. My name's Kenan, his son, and the producer of the show. Tonight's title, well, Living in the Gain. There's a lot of good things to be said about that, and it picks up from what we were talking about last night and what we talk about literally all the time, which is we get more of what we focus on, and we can tell whatever stories we want to tell ourselves about what's going on around us, and that creates our reality. So, or at least our experience of it. Now, a quick piece of housekeeping before I go too much further here. For anyone who's out there joining us for the very first time, be sure to say something in the chat so I know you're here. And then, of course, we get to everyone in order, and it's the first time, of course, it's always free, and going forward after that, it's $10 per reading. You can pay $100 and cover the entire month, which is another great option, I think, since we run 3 shows per week. After all, that's Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday normally at 6 p.m. So thanks for listening to me here. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Here's Christopher.
Hey, great evenings. Monday evening. Most of you maybe had the day off. I know I did, and I really enjoyed it. So great blessings to you. And I'm lighting the incense to help you remember to live in the gain. What it is that you're gaining. What are the blessings? And so this incense is for you to send out to you to live more each day, each moment in the gain. And as Kenan was saying, we're going to elaborate just for a little bit on that. A couple of things. Many people, Kenan got me this amazing gift. And it's a diary, but it's not really a diary. It's put out by Jolie Guevara Keenan, and he can put this in the chat once I'm done. But the title of it is "Every Year is My Best Year," and she starts out by describing what I have found in what I do is so many people out there live in the gap rather than the gain. They measure their gap. They measure their inadequacies. They measure what they don't have. They measure what's not working out. And they measure how far they are from their goals rather than measuring the gain and the steps that they are taking and have taken to get to their goals, to highlight their strengths rather than their inadequacies, to stop looking at the gap and look at the gain. That's the important thing. Start measuring your gains so that we can start living in the gain, not the gap. Let me shut my phone off. I apologize. And one of the things that, as you know, that are helpful, the incense, lighting incense, using sage, and being regular with it. Marilyn Pitts, I know you've become a rock hound, and I wanted to share one more rock with all of you tonight. This is called the sacred, they call it the Sacred 7 or the Super 7. Now you can order these on Amazon, you can order them on Etsy. Those type of places have these stones. And what they are, they're comprised of 7 different stones. They're called the Sacred 7. It's like a Sacred 7 stone, Marilyn, any of you that are interested. But this has in it, and you can just Google or in Etsy or any of those places, you can Google Super 7 stone. But here's what it's comprised of: amethyst, so it's somewhat purple, clear quartz, smoky quartz, coxonite, rutile, goethite, and lepidocrosite. And you can look up each one of those. I'll have you do your own research on that. But the benefit of it. But this helps you to focus on the gain. And it helps to change energies, to look at what it is that, how far you've come. That's what I want to talk about tonight. And that's really the group card tonight too. So we'll get our group card up. I love this. This is the Sword of Light. Part of looking at the gain is looking what you've lost. Cutting the cords. Even if it's with people or circumstances, or cutting the drama, that's a gain. And that's what this group card and what I'm sending this energy out to you tonight for, to help you with, is cutting the losses, cutting out the people or the energies that really do not serve you at all. It's really, this is Archangel Michael's sword. He doesn't mess around. So this is the energy of Archangel Michael coming into your lives. And this is moving you beyond blockages and limitations, and moving you beyond looking at the gap. Are you willing to let go of looking at the gap and now begin to look at the gain? When you do that, I promise the universe matches that energy. It even goes beyond matching that energy and begins to give you more gain. So the other thing is too that this card talks about, it's walking this path of light and responding to the pre-incarnation soul contracts that you came here to make a difference on the planet. You are making a difference on this planet. Trust me. Maybe when you're on the other side, you'll be able to see all the differences you made, but start looking at the gain and the benefit that you have contributed to other people right now. You've made a huge difference in their life, even if it's a smile. And even a word of encouragement, even more so. And this is about, this card is sending you this ability to cut these distractions, these unnecessary connections, and only focus on the gain and the necessary connections that will propel you, those around you, and the world forward. So, when this energy leaves, when this sword comes into play, it can feel a little bit think about playing tug of war. If the other team lets go, you can fall on your butt. Okay? Sometimes when you cut these energies, it feels a little bit unsteady. And so this is giving you the energy to going, when you're feeling unsteady, yes, applaud, wait. Applause. This is your applause. Give yourself some credit that you're resetting, right? It's like when you get off the dock and you get on the boat, it takes a little bit to get your sea legs, right? That's what's happening here. And all you're doing is you're cutting off the lower vibrational frequencies that have been around you or you've grown accustomed to. When they leave, it can be a little bit, it can actually kind of make you dizzy. Right, Marilyn? So, great choices for you tonight. The other thing is, as you all know, I'm not a, I really focus on solutions. I focus on the gain. So what I will share with you too, I've talked about in my Facebook about the importance of silver and the importance of gold. And so without getting into what I'm seeing, I'd highly recommend all of you looking into investing in silver and gold and educating yourself more on the fiat system. Fiat is where the dollar bill is not backed by any gold or by any silver like it used to be. Anyway, so I started collecting. These are my favorite things, and I wanted to share them with you. So hit me up, instant message me. These are amazing. These are amazing energies. So I'm going to start educating people, because, just like I do with the stones, right? Highly recommend the stones. Highly recommend you investing in this gold and silver. Okay. Now, who's on? Oh, we've got Marilyn Pitts on first. I've got excited tonight, guys. And Marilyn, the rainbow, you've been texting me about this. Last night you had a really strong rainbow connection. Not Kermit the Frog song, but it's about the rainbow is comprised of three main colors: red, yellow, and I believe blue. And then the other colors come from those spaces in between those primary colors. What I got from that card last night for you, Marilyn, is that you're beginning to expand your range. And so I'm going to share this with all of you tonight on the show. You are expanding your range of what you're allowing, or even what you're able to see. I was reading about the rainbow today, and a lot of the ancient drawings, or some of the ancient paintings, they only showed three primary colors. And so they began to wonder if back then that's what people were only able to see, were the three primary colors in a rainbow. Because there are hundreds of paintings from hundreds of years ago that show just major three primary colors. And now it's curiosity. But this is kudos to you, Marilyn, where you're expanding your range. And all of you are. Melinda, Jeff, Tiffany, Sonia, Marilyn, Abby, John, Austin, Linz, all of you are all expanding. Focus on the gain, okay? You got the gain. All right, Marilyn, here we go. So I gave a reading over the weekend to this couple up in Oregon. And I said, and she's really one of the more, she's really evolving as well as you are, as all of you are on the show. But I said, don't be disturbed by these beings that are in your bedroom, because they're masters. And she goes, she teared up and she goes, Chris, I've got chills all over my body. She goes, 3 nights ago, I woke up and there was somebody walking across my bedroom, and they went into the wall. There's ghosts, but then we've got the masters. We've got the people that are enlightened, these angels, these beings. Welcome them in. we have the ability. We're made up of trillions and trillions of strands of DNA. This DNA has come from our ancestors. And they can help activate, your ancestors can help activate that part of the DNA that needs to be activated to help you with any situation, or to even help you with focusing on the gain, right? So this is the Ancient Ones, Marilyn. When you sense someone, one of these ancestors, Ancient Ones, it's not your imagination. You're not going crazy. Ask them, what do you want? What message do you have for me? And then, I don't know how you're going to, some people feel it in their gut. They'll know. Some people hear it. They'll base it on their imagination. So that's really interesting, Marilyn. I was reading the chat just now. You see colors when you meditate. They're hard to describe, but they're almost like flames. So I'm going to go back to 25 years ago. One of my clients called me up and she goes, "Can you come over?" I said, "Sure." She'd woken up at about 2 o'clock in the morning. She had this dream. I'll have to send you, Wednesday night, I'll show you a picture of this. She had this dream of a swirling rainbow. And it was a sundog. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the term sundog, but on a very bright day, sometimes the sunlight reflects on the clouds or refracts on the clouds, and the cloud looks like it has a swirling rainbow in it. Well, she had this message for me, and she painted this 4x4 huge painting of this swirling rainbow with Native American Indian feathers in it. It was just mind-blowing. I'll have to show you a picture of it. I'll do that. I'll take a picture of it and show you Wednesday night. So the message here for all of us is the sundog is a symbol. When the sundog appears, it is a symbol of the Great Spirit and world change. So we're all a huge part of this world change, and this DNA, this is being activated. And it's ancient. It is not from 100 years ago. It can be like from 20,000 years ago. Our ancestors, our connection to Atlantis, Lemuria. So just trust, okay, that's, and even like I mean, everybody on the show has had some odd experiences. I will tell you, they might get a little odder, okay? ODDER, not OTTER, okay? Don't get a little otter. They're very hard to take care of unless you have a river out back. Don't do it. But it's going to get a little strange. All right. And then we've got Lindsay. Okay, my dear. This is soul retrieval. You're really good about giving directions or taking charge of a situation. one of your fortes, Lindsay, is this soul retrieval. When you have souls around you that don't belong there, when things feel off, send them on their way. Anything and anyone that is around me that is not for my best and highest good, move on, move toward the light. This is not the place for you to make progress. Move on. Move on. And you're moving. I can't, it's very hard for me to describe this without like a full reading, but you're moving into this. You're getting your soul back. You're getting back into. So I did a wild thing a couple days ago. This Amazon package came, Lindsay, and I opened it up, and I ordered marbles. These beautiful, beautiful marbles. Can you grab them, Kenan? They're on the kitchen counter. I guys have to show you these marbles. Because it was something that I don't know why, but I think this will help you understand. I'm going to show you this illustration. And actually, I'm going to show you my marbles, okay? Because this is what happens to me in life. So it even came like in an old kind of old-fashioned tin. Anyway. So Jeff or John, I think, or Tiff, maybe we can play marbles, get together and we'll play marbles. But in the marble bag, there are some really big marbles, right? And these are called steelies. So what you do, I don't know if you've ever played marbles, Lindsay, but we used to, as a kid, you get a string, make a big circle, you put all the marbles in the middle, and then everybody has one of these bigger marbles, which are called the steelies, right? And then you try to knock your opponent's marble outside the circle. And if you knock your opponent's marble outside the circle, that's your marble. And it gets serious. Anyway, this is not focusing on the gap. This is focusing on the gain, where yes, you've had these energetic steelies knock you outside the circle. But you've made yourself, your circle is changing. The people you're associating with, your outlook, you're moving back into the circle. And you're getting your soul back. And you're done in any way, shape, or form giving your soul away. You're retrieving your soul. So I'm going to bring that message to every one of you. We've all had these gaps where we've been knocked out. We've just been sent reeling. And this is the soul retrieval card and for everybody, Lindsay, so thank you for drawing this card, moving you back into your dharma, your life path. But focus on the game. Okay. Austin, okay. Well, Austin, you must put something very specific. Here we go. This is calling your angels in, calling the universe in. To help you clear any negativity. You're not a negative person. But this frustration or call in your angels and tell them in no uncertain terms to help you clean any of the negativity out. Excuse me. Remember the gain. Remember that the universe is abundant, abundant in absolute positivity. When you start feeling negative or frustrated, and Sonia, this is going out to you too, particularly, I'm picking up on. This is accepting responsibility for your words and your deeds. And then, I don't care how you picture it, but here's a suggestion. Get a giant universal eraser and go back in and erase them. Because when you said certain things or when you did certain things, there were some energies around you or on you or belief systems that were not actually you. So this is about you having or being aware of these unconscious beliefs coming up, and any ideas, any belief systems, anything that's been entrained with you that deals around separation, conflict, scarcity, any of that, that's leaving. That's the power of this sorcerer card. So we're only 2 weeks into the new year. What an incredible message for all of us. Better out than in, right? Better out than in. This is, your thinking is going to be changing. Your thinking is going to be changing in a very good way. Okay. I knew somebody's going to say that if I brought up the marbles tonight, Austin. I used to play marbles. Somewhere along the way, I've lost them. Okay, this is bringing them back in. Right, this is bringing them back in. All right, good. All right, John. This is a mastermind group, John. So we were talking to Lindsay earlier about, and this is a great group. Every Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, it's a great mastermind group. This is calling in your guides, your angels, as a mastermind group, but actually creating a mastermind group, a council, because somebody brings a carrot, another person brings a potato, some people bring beef, some people bring the bouillon, some people bring an onion. There's something really powerful that invigorates you. This is learning something new, learning something out of your comfort zone, but being with a group of safe people. This is like building your team, it's called the council. What was that term I used earlier with Lindsay? Calling in a new support team. That's what's coming in. With something that you actually really love doing. And when people are not taking your counsel, be free of wasting your words. Be free of wasting your breath. If they don't get it, some people get it, some people don't get it. It's better to get it now, but it may take them several lifetimes to get it. But this is a new counsel coming in for you. Some really good advice. Also, look at your ability. Like, when something comes up, I call you, right? I'll call you. You've helped me set up this booth, this trade show, for instance, because I really respect your ideas and counsel, that type of thing. But that's going to be growing exponentially, knowing that you really have some good advice to give. Okay, my dear Marilyn and Abby. Abby, you still in Texas? So the middle world, Abby, it's this world. But are you willing to take a look at the changes we make, the focusing on the gain in this middle world, in this physical realm, has far-reaching effects and impact on the upper world and on the lower world. It's like handing out, for instance, think about handing out samples of muffins like at Costco or the store, right? And people get a chance to try the muffin, but they may not buy the muffin. Be free of investing in people. And this is kind of going with John's card, is be free of investing that they buy the muffin. Because you have some really great advice, some really good counsel, but walk away with the gain that they at least took the sample. They now know what this amazing muffin tastes like. Okay? Because you're doing amazing work in the realm of what we would call the mundane, day-to-day reality. We all are, every one of you. I'm so proud of every one of you. I can feel your energies, right? And this is move forward. Everyone move forward. Heaven and earth is really smiling on you. The world is your playground. Everything, and I promise every one of you, Jeff, Melinda, Tiffany, Sonia, Marilyn, John, Austin, Linz, I promise you, it will get smoother and easier as we go along. And so it's important to ask for help from these invisible realms. Woo, good one. Oh my gosh. All right, my dear Marilyn. And who else have on? Who's on after Melinda?
That's it. So, Abby, Sony, and
Okay, great. All right, good. All right, my dear Marilyn. Thunder and lightning, very, very frightening. Galileo. It's okay. It's okay to get ticked off. It's okay. But then let it go. Thunder happens. Thunder lets you know that there's lightning if you don't see the lightning. When you get, so let me go back to when you're doing high spiritual work and this stuff starts to leave, it can be kind of thunderous. It can be I don't know what the word is, frustrating, disconcerting. It's like what I was talking earlier in the show about moving from the dock to the boat, and there's this period of like sea legs and maybe even some seasickness when you move on to this into these new realms. It can be uncomfortable. This is a big dramatic change. Big dramatic change coming. It sounds like a million buffalo running at full speed. You know that thunder, that vibration, that feel. It's a big dramatic change for the good, for the gain. But when you're in the change, it can feel a little shaky. There are some really wonderful opportunities arriving for you. And they're, number one, very highly spiritual. So when you hear the thunder and you have the lightning and you can smell the ozone, sometimes that's not really apparent, but that ozone is a huge benefactor for the earth. Huge benefactor for those of us that are living on the earth. This is a great benefactor with benefits coming your way. Things are really lining up for you like they never have. So if you don't mind, I'd like to spread that message to everyone on the show. And then removing any unnecessary drama. Just moving away from it, backing away from it. You're free of putting up with it anymore. Literally change the channel. If you don't like the show, change the channel and be free of letting anyone judge you about liking country music as opposed to pop music. It doesn't matter. Change the channel. You don't do drama. Okay, my dear Sonia, here we go. A few weeks ago, Marilyn got this card. Marilyn Pitts got this card. This is Spirit giving you more balance. So when you think about a walking stick or a staff, you know, when you get up to Wyoming, you might want to get yourself a really good walking stick. Just because it will help you ground. Yes, your 2 feet are on the earth, but in this case, you're needing to ground, which means any energies that no longer serve you to your best and highest, are you able to, well, what's happening with this card, it's happening, otherwise it wouldn't have come up, is for you to be in more balance and to do more for you. Oxygen mask on a plane, you put it on you first, right? This is you taking care of you. Moses carried a staff, right? Moses in the Bible. And he could bring blessings with his staff, or he could bring plagues with his staff, okay? This is really acknowledging what you've done to serve and help other people. But remember you first. Serve yourself first. Then you're able to have the energy to then serve others. And this is God, angels, your guides, giving you acknowledgement for having served and serving others. The joy you've brought them and the joy that it's brought you. But this is now time to serve Sonia. Are you willing to let go of your belief systems around what needs to be fixed or repaired? This is Spirit as your staff, as your balancing energy to help you move forward. When you feel like you're caught between action and non-action, between male and female, take care of you first, and the answer will become clear. This is like cleaning the path to your mailbox so that the mailman can deliver the message. The clearer you are with yourself, the easier it is for the mailman to get to you, for the message to get to you, and for you to get it. All right, Tiff. And these are all like really, like when I look at everyone on the show tonight, and these are all very profound messages for every one of us. Every card is. Particularly for the person that I pull. Who, me? This is the owl. Who, me? Yes, you. Yes, Tiffany. You have got some powers. You have got some you've got some really, really great abilities. So this is very similar to Marilyn Pitts' card in the very beginning, where you've got some major, major insight coming in. Look up after the show if you can, look up the spirit animal owl. It's one of your guides. This is you finding your light and finding your lightness in the darkest moments of night. You've been through some of the hardest things that any human can go through, but this is broadening your awareness that there's more and helping people understand that there is more. Okay. When the owl comes up, the owl is the messenger from the invisible world to you. If you have a thought pop in your head, like from your daughter or about your daughter or anyone else that has passed, trust it. That's the owl. That's the message or the energy behind this owl card. Trust it. You will always, your compass is always pointed toward the north. And owl is going to help you expose owl will help you expose deception. So you call upon that energy of the owl when you feel like your things are off. Trust the owl. That is the exposing of deception. And then be patient. Owls are extremely patient. They're very still. But man, they can hear a mouse move hundreds and hundreds of yards away. The time will be right, and you'll know exactly when to spring. There's a lot of great messages in there. Okay. All right, Jeff. Here we go. Oh, that one came out fast. Jeff, you're one of the greatest. You get stuff done. You have an amazing ability. When you want something or need something, it happens for you. What this card is telling you to do is that from you actually going out and physically doing it? Or is it more so coming from you standing still and creating it in your mind first? And if you've created it in your mind, that has been linked with the energy of the universe. It will make it possible, even though it seems unbelievably impossible. When you get confused, stand still. Stop the mind. You're smart. You can figure things out. But this is that meditative position. And knowing how really amazing you are, it's also the like the Kundalini, the base chakra and the power chakra, energy activating. So look at your diet and really start eating healthier. And knowing that constant action is not going to get you where you want to go or where you want to be. Allow the universe to bring in the parts. Allow the universe to bring in the good. And see yourself standing still so the universe can find you. If that makes sense. Universe, take from me now analysis paralysis. And I'm going to send this out to every one of you. We're trained in this society to analyze everything. This is be free of analysis paralysis. Universe, take this away from me now. Stand still. The answers come. The benefits come, as we were talking before. This is like everything is already in motion around everything that you really want. How joyous is that? And I'm going to say that to everybody. So Sonia, Marilyn, Abby, Tiffany, everyone on the show, how awesome, how joyous is that? Okay, Mindy. Well, my dear, I don't know how you feel about archery. All right. This is the energy of being free of looking at where you may have missed the bullseye or where you have missed the target altogether. This is not looking at the gap, looking at what you've missed. This is looking at what this is you moving more into alignment with your heart and your soul. And not looking at the gap at all, but looking at where you have hit the mark. Look at the amazing children you've had. Look at the amazing work that you've done and all the people that you've helped. Look at your artwork. Look at what you're creating and what you're into. That is all about healing. And this is about you being true to your calling and releasing attachments. The arrow has to leave the bow. This is relieving and releasing all of those attachments. Do we have everybody tonight?
It's everybody.
It's everybody.
Unless you want to do a card for Edna Santiago, who's joining us from Portugal, I think.
Portugal, Edna Santiago.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, Edna. Thank you for being here. I'll pull a card for Edna Santiago from Portugal, I believe. Is Portugal?
She's been on the show before, yeah, a little while ago.
Oh, awesome. Well, nice to have you, Edna. Thank you for being back here. Oh. Your prayers are answered, Edna. This is the upper world. They hear your prayers. They hear your petition. Be free of being exacting to how you want your prayers answered. Have your prayers answered and being free of being critical about how they're answered, because the upper world has a much higher vision of how your life is turning out. Trust, know, this is the message, your prayers are being answered. Absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful card. All right. Love you all. Thank you so much. We'll see you Wednesday night.